We are joined right now by an outfielder and a DH for the Philadelphia Phillies. He is a two-time NL MVP. He is a six-time All-Star. He is a two-time Silver Slugger. He is a two-time Hank Aaron Award winner. He was the 2012 NL Rookie of the Year. On the season, hitting .308, 15 home runs, 45 runs batted in. He appears courtesy of Dairy Queen and the all-new signature Stack Burgers. Bryce Harper is my guest. Bryce, it's great to have you on the show. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you, dude. Really nice to have you. So you finished off a sweep of the Brewers yesterday, and you've won 7 straight. Let me first ask you, what is the mood and vibe like around the clubhouse right about now?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I think the last week has been a lot of fun for us. I think, anytime you play good baseball or anytime you're winning, everything's great. So, I mean, I think just the way we're hitting the baseball, the timely pitching that we've had, the defense, everything's kind of just hitting on all cylinders right now, and I think we've done a great job of kind of just letting it play out, and we just got to keep going and understand that, there's a long season, and we've got a lot of baseball left, so we've got to play some good baseball.
We're talking to Bryce Harper. All right, so when you talk about the way you guys are hitting the ball, in the 7th inning, you blasted one off the scoreboard in center. I mean, it was a titanic shot. When you square one up like that, can you explain physically what that feels like, or maybe does that feel like nothing at all?
I think there's a moment that you can feel it, and then it kind of just goes away, and you kind of just know where it's going to go. But it's crazy. A lot of my teammates will say that and stuff like that, and I always tell them I played for a manager named Matt Williams, who you know. But he always told me it's not how far, it's how many. So I just gotta keep hitting them and make sure they go over the wall, no matter if it's 320 feet or 450 feet. So
I get it. We're talking to Bryce Harper. I know you're not going to make it about you, but the fact is, right now, you're in the center of all this, and you're coming off of May, where you had one of the best months of your career. You've been even better in the month of June. In the last 6 games, you're hitting nearly .350. You've got 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. So I'm kind of curious about process. Like, when you're locked in like that, you always hear people talk about this from a baseball standpoint, but can you actually see the ball differently? Do things feel easier, or does your process just never change no matter what?
I always try to think I'm not there yet, or I'm not good enough yet, or it's not the best yet. I try to go in each day and try to get better at anything that I can do, no matter how I'm feeling or what's going on. I try to go in each day and try to be the best player I can possible when I step into the box. That's working and understanding what's going on and who's pitching, what they're going to throw. But trying not to think about it too much. Just trying to go out there and play the game that I love to play, and hopefully good things will happen. So.
We're talking to Bryce Harper. So, Bryce, you guys have won 7 in a row, and I know that you've got friends kind of blowing you up and texting you, wanting to know how you guys got this thing turned around so quickly. What is your response? What do you tell them when they ask you that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we're just playing good baseball. I think, the week started off kind of rough with, Joe Girardi being, let go, and, Tom's coming in, and, I think Tom's kind of just brings that, just a different vibe. I mean, I think that's all kind of what we've all said and kind of talked about. It's just different. Not saying that Joe didn't do a great job for us, and he put everything out there for us each and every day. He worked his tail off, was away from his family each day, just like any of us, and he supported us each and every day as well. But Thompson's just a different vibe. He just comes in and he has a calming voice, and he's been around the game for a long time and been on a lot of winning teams and been around a lot of winning teams, and been around a lot of great managers, and one of them being Joe Girardi. So he's learned a lot from him as well. But it's just being able to kind of reset and take a deep breath and put that stuff behind us and go and play our game, no matter how we're feeling or what's going on. I think we've done a great job of that this last week, understanding that our pitching has been great, our hitting's been great, it's been timely as well, our defense has been really good. So whenever, you do that, you're going to win games and good things are going to happen. So I think we just got to keep doing that, keep going about it the right way. Whenever you win in Philadelphia, it's always fun. So I think being able to go into this weekend, I think it's going to be electric at the bank this weekend, and I think we're all just really excited.
Bryce Harper is appearing courtesy of Dairy Queen and the all-new signature stack burgers. Bryce, I'm going to ask you about that in 1 minute, but I want to follow up on what you just said about how it's going to be electric there. I wanted to ask you about Philadelphia. Philadelphia to me is an amazing town, but it's not for everybody, right? Not everybody is built for Philadelphia. Not every athlete is built for Philadelphia. You seem to thrive on it. How would you describe Philly fans and the relationship you have with them?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Philly fans, they just want you to play hard. They don't care how you're feeling or what's going on. They just want you to go out there and play your game. They don't want any excuses. They don't want anything, you to say anything this way or that way. And they're going to let you know. And that's something I love. That's something that I've always loved about them, coming in here as an opposing player and seeing how they reacted and how they acted. I love that fire. I love that passion. They're going to let you know when you're doing well, and they're going to let you know when you're playing bad. So I don't know. I really, when I first signed here, they opened their arms to me, and all they wanted me to do was to come in and play hard and play the game the right way and do it the right way each day. But also at the same time, they don't care about anything else besides winning. And I love that, and I don't care about anything else other than winning. And so if we can do that to the best of our ability each night, they're going to show up and watch us play. And, I think that's just something that I absolutely love about the city of Philadelphia, the fans, the organization. I mean, it's been a lot of fun for me and my family to come into such a great sports town with such a great fan base that really care and understand, what you do each night, day in and day out.
We're talking to Bryce Harper, chopping it up here. You mentioned your family. I want to ask you about that, too. You and your wife and family, well, you had your family with you last year when it was announced that you were the league MVP. It seemed like, Bryce, on the outside looking in, something like that's going to be special no matter what, but it seemed like it was really special and really emotional, especially last year. What did it mean to share that particular moment with your family? Was it that special and emotional for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think when they announced it, I saw my little boy, Crew. He was just standing there and he's doing his little claps, and it's something you want to share with your whole family. My wife's sitting there next to me, my mom and dad are behind me, my in-laws are behind me as well, and my daughter was over there, all my friends and my buddies and things like that. It's just such a cool moment, a surreal moment to be able to share that with people around you, because each day they're with you as well. Whenever you go 0 for 4 or 4 for 4, they're with you. They're feeling that. So they go through all of it with you each year for the 162 games plus, and, the ins and outs of it and the good times and the bad times. I mean, your whole family goes through it. And, I mean, it's something so special at the end of the year to be able to go through that with them. And I was just so grateful for that, being able to get to that point, last year.
We are talking to Bryce Harper. Bryce, I wouldn't expect you to let us in completely when it comes to process, the way you do things, but I'm really curious about this. I mean, you've played the game at a very, very high level for a long time, and you've made it clear that you want to keep doing this as long as possible. Even in this conversation, you said there's always more. I can do better. I can be more. I'm curious about your approach from a physical and mental standpoint. What is the mindset, physically and mentally, to be at your best for as long as you possibly can be? What is your process and strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at baseball as what you do and not who you are, right? I mean, you have 4 hours at the field or on the field that you have to give it your all. You have to understand who you are, what you're going to do, the process of it, understanding it. If that's video, if that's, you watching opposing teams or players and what they do and things like that. For those 4 hours of that game, you give it your all no matter what. Whatever you're feeling or however you're feeling, you go out there and you play your game and understand that you only have to do it for 4 hours a night. And so when you go away from that, and this was hard for me to learn at a young age when I was younger, when you get away from that, nothing else, baseball doesn't matter anymore. When you walk away from the field, understand that you have a family, you have things to take care of that, are bigger than possibly what you have done on the field. I have a son, I have a daughter, and I mean, it would be very disrespectful for me to come home and not give them the time of day because I was over 4 for 4, right? And they put so much smile on my face. They do everything they can to have fun and enjoy it. And they're my biggest fans as well, just like my wife. She's my biggest fan also. So when you put things in perspective like that, it makes it that much easier to just go out and play your game and understand that you're going to give it your all for that long. I love to work out. I love to, try to get a competitive edge wherever I can, if that's mentality, if that's different workouts, if that's, ice baths in 35-degree weather or 35-degree, cold tub. I mean, I love it all. I love the grind of everything that I do. And it's something that I hope I can continue to do for my whole career, and have that, until I'm done playing, whenever that time comes.
That's good stuff. Bryce Harper joining us. One more thought about that before I ask you about Dairy Queen. So if the most important muscle, Bryce, is actually the one between your ears, how do you go about developing that? What's your regimen for that? I love hearing guys talk about their mental game. Where do you go for your mental gym or your mental development?
Yeah, I think there's many ways that you can go, right? I think whatever works for you is going to work for you. You can't, force anything, upon yourself or try. You can try as many things as you want. You can try this or try that or try somebody else's stuff or anything like that. But I really just try to, make sure I have a calm within me, 30 minutes before the game, or, when I wake up in the morning, I make sure that, when my feet touch the ground, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for my day. I'm grateful for, my family and what my family brings me and the joy my family brings me. I'm grateful for, the Philadelphia Phillies and the organization and my teammates. I'm grateful for, my Heavenly Father and what He's done in my life. I make sure when I hit the ground every morning that I'm grateful for what I have. And I think when you start your day like that, when you start your day grateful for all that you have, it makes you just that much happier. It makes you that much more in tune with who you are and what you do. So if I'm grateful between my ears, if I'm grateful in my mind each day, and there's days that I wake up and everybody has tough days, right? I mean, you have tough days, I have tough days, my family has tough days, teammates, anybody that lives this life has a tough day here and there. But if you make sure you take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20, whatever it is, and you make sure that you're grateful for whatever you have that day. It could be anything. A hot shower. You're grateful for a hot shower, right? If you're just grateful for what you have, then it's going to start your day off that much better. And I learned that a couple years ago, and I'm super grateful to just be who I am and what I do each day, and and what I have in my life. And so I think if you just start your day like that, I think everything kind of will fit into place, and you'll just be that much happier each day.
It's amazing you said that. You just laid a light totally just went off for me, because the people that I respect and admire most and that I study always talk about the importance of a morning routine. And my response always is, excuse me, I have to get right to the office. I start really early. Therefore, I don't really have a morning routine. But you literally just gave it to me. The morning routine is wake up, and when your feet hit the ground, have gratitude. Be grateful. That's my new morning routine. I really appreciate that.